How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a Star Wars video, which is something I haven't been able to say in a very long time. I know a lot of you guys have originally subscribed because of my Star Wars content, and today I can gladly say that in 2022 and for years to come, there's going to be a lot more Star Wars content on this channel. As you guys know, I've taken a break from Star Wars content because I didn't feel like clickbaiting my fan base, and I don't want to be one of those toxic YouTubers that just resorted to, Battlefront 3 is coming every other week, and I wanted to cover other video games and stuff, and that's what I want to do on this channel. I want to go from game to game. I don't want to just stick with one game and make my entire channel based off of one game because, it's never a good idea to put all your eggs in one basket. So I just didn't want to clickbait Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 3 forever. But today we got some good Star Wars news. I'm sure most of you guys have probably seen by now that they just announced 3 new Star Wars games coming from EA. So I just wanted to give you guys, my thoughts on everything, tell you about what I'm going to do with the future of the channel, and go from there. So for some reason, if you guys didn't see the news today, EA announced that they're doing 3 new Star Wars games, and they're all being worked on by Respawn Entertainment. So Respawn are the people behind Jedi Fallen Order. They're also behind Apex Legends and Titanfall. They are a well-respected studio. They make good games. And with this announcement today, they pretty much confirmed that DICE is not making a Battlefront 3. Respawn announced that they're going to be making the sequel to Fallen Order, so some sort of Fallen Order 2. They also said that they're working on a first-person shooter and some sort of strategy game. So in my opinion, Respawn is one of the few companies that is actually good that's left to EA. EA tends to kill off pretty much every development studio that they have working for them, and DICE didn't do too good of a job with Battlefront 2's launch, and what they did with Battlefield 2042, it's not looking good for DICE. So honestly, I think it's a good thing that DICE isn't in charge of Battlefront 3 because, in my opinion, if they're going to kill off their own Battlefield franchise, I think that if they were going to work on Battlefront 3, it would get the ugly stepchild treatment where, they wouldn't be giving Battlefront all their effort. And if they didn't give much effort into Battlefield 2042, they're definitely not going to put much effort into Battlefront 3. So unfortunately, that's the bad news. We're not getting a Battlefront, at least anytime soon. Maybe Respawn could be working on a Battlefront that's just a first-person shooter. I would be completely down for that if that's what they're doing. I doubt it, though. We've not seen too many good first-person shooters come out of Star Wars. The last one I can think of off the top of my head was Republic Commando, and I could totally see Respawn doing like a sequel to Republic Commando or something. That would be awesome. But as of right now, the future's looking good for Star Wars and Star Wars games. As of right now, I think there are 7 Star Wars games that have been announced that are coming this year and in the upcoming years. We have Lego Star Wars, which is coming out in April, which, by the way, looks amazing. I'm going to be covering that on the channel because it looks like it has so much content. I'm glad that it got delayed because that trailer that they released for Lego Star Wars looks really, really good. Like, all my hype for Lego Star Wars sort of went away because their advertising and their communication has been really bad, but it looks like it paid off. They didn't say much to the community, I guess on purpose, and this trailer that they had for Lego Star Wars looks really good, and I'm excited for that. I haven't been this excited for a Star Wars game in a while, so kudos to them. I'm super stoked for Lego Star Wars. And then we have Respawn's Fallen Order 2. It's supposedly rumored to be coming out at the end of this year. I'd say at the latest next year if it gets delayed, but every rumor I've seen is saying that it's supposed to come out at the end of 2022, which is another big deal. I mean, that's absolutely huge. I loved the first Fallen Order, and the Fallen Order game did well on my channel. I had quite a few successful videos come out of Fallen Order, so I will definitely be covering that. Then we have the unknown Respawn first-person shooter game. As long as that game has some sort of multiplayer, I'm fine with that. The only downside I'm seeing about all these announced Star Wars games is that we don't know if any of them are multiplayer, and that's a big deal for me. Like, I'm okay with some single-player Star Wars games. Fallen Order was a great game. I want to be able to play with friends. I want to be able to play against people online. So I'm hoping the first-person shooter game by Respawn is some sort of multiplayer game. Like, it can be single-player. I just want some sort of multiplayer aspect to it so that I can, fight people online and have that sort of Star Wars Battlefront experience, because there is a huge fan base that wants to have multiplayer Star Wars games. So I just got my fingers crossed that the first-person shooter has some sort of multiplayer. Then we have the Respawn strategy game that they announced today. Strategy game, who knows what that could be. It could be set up like Civilization. It could be set up like a Halo Wars type deal. There's like a million different strategy games out there. I'm interested in this. I like strategy games, and having a Star Wars twist on it is fine by me. I don't really know how I'm going to feel about this until I see more information on it, but I'm open to the idea of a Star Wars strategy game. I will definitely cover that on the channel too if people are interested in that. Then we have the Knights of the Old Republic remake, which is coming to PlayStation. Now, I never played the original Knights of the Old Republic, but I've seen so many people say good things about them that I'm probably going to check it out when it comes out. It's already got some controversies though, because apparently the rumor is that they're going to switch up the combat. Instead of it being turn-based, it's going to be more open environment and more like a Mass Effect / God of War kind of third-person fighting style, which I'm all for. I personally don't like turn-based games, especially in a narrative-driven, like a lot of dialogue and a story-focused Star Wars game. It kind of takes me out of the immersion when you stop in the middle of the dialogue and you have a fight and it's just, you know, turn-based. It's not really my style, but I will probably check it out regardless just because I want to see what all the hype's about, so I'm excited for that. Then we have the Ubisoft open world Star Wars game, which of course that's going to be another single player game. I like some of the Far Cry's, I like some of the Assassin's Creeds, but over the past I don't know, 5 or 6 years, Ubisoft isn't really as good as old back in the day Ubisoft. Plus, we don't really know anything about this open world game. I would imagine we're probably going to hear something within this year or next year. They're probably going to show us a trailer and stuff, but it's really kind of hard to have an opinion on that because we just don't know anything. But open world Star Wars games, if there's exploration and different outfits and customization, I'm all for that. Then we have that Star Wars action adventure game, Star Wars Eclipse, that was just announced not too long ago. We don't know anything about that either. We got that really cool trailer. But there's like controversies with that because people don't want to support the developers because the developers apparently have some shady past. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. Don't really know anything about that Star Wars game either. So we have all these announced Star Wars games, but we don't really know too much about them. But overall, this is great news. If you guys are fans of Star Wars games, which I'm sure most of you are, I mean, the good news is that you're going to have a lot of Star Wars games within the next 2 to 3 years. The bad news is I guess we're not getting a Battlefront 3. And we don't know how many of these, if any at all, are multiplayer Star Wars games, which is a bit of a bummer. But as for me and this channel, you guys know I love Star Wars. So if these games are good and, you know, they're fun, I will cover them on the channel. And, you know, not every Star Wars game is a big hit. Look at Star Wars Squadrons. It wasn't a very good game for like streaming. It wasn't a very good game for making videos. I thought the game was fun from what I did play it, but, you know, some games just aren't big hits on YouTube. So if any of these games just aren't very popular with players and whatever, I won't cover them on the channel. But obviously if they're like a big hit, then I'll cover them on the channel. I'm probably going to play every one of these Star Wars games regardless because I love Star Wars, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As of right now, I do plan on covering Lego Star Wars, and I do plan on covering Fallen Order 2, and hopefully both of those come out this year. And yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Let me know your guys' predictions on all these upcoming games. Let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think of Respawn taking over for all these different games? I honestly am kind of worried that Respawn is going to take in too much at one time because EA is basically just going all in on Respawn, and I feel like they're going to ruin Respawn. Because EA does that with every company they have. They sort of put all their eggs in one basket and then they overwhelm that developer, and then the developer ends up sucking because they have to pump out game after game after game. I mean, look what happened to DICE. DICE was once well respected, and now DICE has fallen so far from grace that they're not even making another Star Wars game. And Battlefield 2042 is in desperation mode, and they're just going to focus on fixing that game. So I just hope that doesn't happen to Respawn. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, especially if you guys want to see future Star Wars content. Give this video a thumbs up, and you can follow me on Twitch at SwanyPlaysGames Live. And that is going to do it for me, everyone, and I will talk to you all in the next video.